Dogmatic, a principle or set of principles laid down by an authority as incontrovertibly true. Dogma, CT number unknown but loyalty to a fault. That's the best way to describe today's clone breakdown. What's up, MetaNerdz? Elise here with the retelling of a certain clone story and what you should take from it. We officially meet Dogma in the Clone Wars episode Darkness on Umbara. We find ourselves on a strange planet known as Umbara, a place where the planet life is both magical and deadly. The Umbarans have decided they're done working with the Grand Republic and have tried to side with the Separatists. The Republic, not too pleased with the Umbarans' decision, arranges a planetary invasion in the hopes of fighting back Separatist forces and taking the planet. Master Skywalker has been able to move his forces forward in the hopes of capturing the planet's capital city and regaining control. Unfortunately, the Umbaran forces and planet turned out to be much more dangerous than the Republic had initially anticipated, and heavy casualties are taken upon landing on the planet's surface. Skywalker is able to establish a foothold in the battlefield, and seeing a break in the fight calls for his troops to take a moment to rest up. One trooper sticks out among the rest, eager to give his report and carry out his duty. Although he sounds like the other troops, triangular markings on his face and helmet help identify him from his clone brothers. Dogma eagerly pushes to not rest, but smartly stands down when commanded to take a minute.
Thank you, sir. I'm fine. The General's giving you an order, Dogma. Of course, sir!
Rex tells Skywalker that Dogma's a little wound up, but loyal. Skywalker responds saying he actually reminds him of Rex. Remember that for later.
He kinda reminds me of you.
Maybe. Back in the day.
Skywalker's break doesn't last long as the Umbaran circle around their staging area and ambush them from behind. The clones scramble to defend themselves but quickly realize that they're on the verge of being overtaken. Desperate, they call in an air assault and move their position south of the airstrike point. Along with the aerial strike came reinforcements, including one General Pong Krell, a member of the four-armed frog-like species known as the Basilisk. Krell was a Master Jedi in general, there to relieve Master Skywalker of his position. Unhappy to leave his men's side, Skywalker was forced to stand down as the Council had summoned him on behalf of the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Upon taking command, Krell showed the clones that there was a distinct difference between the way he and other Jedi treated the clone troopers.
I find it very interesting, Captain, that you are able to recognize the value of honor for a clone.
Krell made it very clear that he did things, as he says, by the books.
There's a reason my command is so effective, and it's because I do things by the book.
Something that Dogma could relate to. Krell changes the battle strategy and orders a full frontal assault on the capital city, as opposed to Skywalker's plan of having a number of smaller attacks carried out at different times and in different places. Over time, the Umbaran proved to be much more equipped to stop a full frontal assault, and the clones are slowed down greatly.
A plan that cost us men, not clones! Men!
Obi-Wan reports in with the coordinates of a rumored Umbaran airbase that's supplying the capital city. Krell moves to take the base, but again proves that he doesn't care how many casualties his forces take. The clones begin to question his loyalty and feel he purposely sets them up to fail.
He may have had some victories, but have you seen his casualty numbers? More troopers have been killed under his command than anyone else.
Dogma's quick to defend the General and states he simply wants the quickest result.
I, for one, agree with the General's plan. We're running out of time, and this is the best option.
Thanks to Five, Hardcase, Tup, and Rex, the surviving clones are able to think on their feet and outmaneuver the Umbarans, resulting in their overtaking the airbase. Pleased with the win, the clones begin to set up camp at the base. As the clones begin getting comfortable, the new base receives a transmission from Obi-Wan, reporting that the Umbaran capital city wasn't just being supplied by the overtaken airbase, but that a ship is helping supply them from up above.
It seems they're receiving new arms shipments directly from a supply ship orbiting.
At that news, Krell demands that the troops be ready to march in 12 hours. They would aid on the attack of the capital city regardless of the discovery of the supply ship. A group of clones meet in private where Rex acknowledges that a full frontal attack is futile, but he doesn't have any better ideas. That's when Fives pitches a plan to use the Umbaran's access codes and ships to infiltrate the Separatist supply ship and destroy them from the inside out.
But we've got their access codes and their own hardware.
Fives' plan is pitched to Krell, who not only shoots it down but demands all ships be grounded. Dogma begins to notice that certain clones who have been questioning Krell's authority keep meeting together in secret. He becomes suspicious as conversations are immediately dropped when he enters the room.
Here comes Dogma. What's going on?
It becomes clear to Dogma that the clones are up to no good when he wakes up in the middle of the night to find that Fives, Hardcase, and Jesse are missing. Dogma questions Tup, who seems to have the same suspicion, and convinces him that they need to tell General Krell or they would be court-martialed for staying quiet. As Dogma and Tup approach Krell's tower, Rex intercepts them. The other clones had been concerned that Dogma might one day crack under pressure and snitch to Krell, and Rex found himself confirming their worst fears. When faced with reporting the missing clones to Rex, Dogma chickened out. He either realized that Rex would lose all respect for him for reporting the clones missing, or he realized the report would never make it to Krell. He might have also realized what would inevitably happen, which is that upon their return, the surviving Fives and Jesse are scheduled to be court-martialed.
They will be court-martialed. They will be found guilty. And they will be executed.
The clones who went on the secret mission had understood this would happen, but it caught everyone by surprise when Krell decided to skip the trial and go straight to execution. Dogma's the one who lines up the firing squad. The other clones notice that there's no remorse or question in Dogma's command to execute his fellow clone brothers and heroes. To Dogma's surprise, when the command's given to fire, all the clones purposely miss their shot. Rex uses the opportunity to show Dogma that the clone's ultimate loyalty should be with his brothers, but the words of wisdom fall on deaf ears as Dogma's left feeling as if all control is being lost on the base. From this point on, we start to see Krell having Dogma by his side along with Rex. Both Rex and Dogma are present when Krell receives information on an Umbaran force that took clone armor and was planning to ambush the clones. Krell orders a counterattack and warns the two that the Umbarans are probably going to ambush them dressed as clone troopers.
They're disguised as clones, alright.
Krell's prediction comes true, or so the clones thought, when in the middle of the battle the truth is revealed, that Krell sent two separate troops to the same coordinate so that they would slaughter each other.
Tell me, who gave you the orders to attack us? It was General Krell.
Furious, Rex and the remaining forces turn back to the base and attempt to arrest Krell.
It's treason, then.
They're right on Krell's heels when Dogma emerges, blaster pointed, right in their direction. In his eyes, the troops had gone mad and had turned on Krell, whose motives must have been misunderstood, and the men were overreacting. As a result of putting Krell's escape ahead of arresting him for treason, Dogma's put into a holding cell and held prisoner until Krell is finally captured. Rex places the general in the holding cell next to Dogma's and begins questioning him. There, Krell confesses that he was working for much darker forces, no longer a Jedi but hoping to be taken in by Count Dooku as his new apprentice. Dogma can't believe what he's hearing and finally sees what the other clones have been seeing for a while now. Krell never saw them as equals, and he used clones loyal to him in order to maintain control over the rest of the troops.
You had my trust, my loyalty. I followed all of your orders, and you made me kill my brothers!
That's because you were the biggest fool of them all, Dogma. I counted on blind loyalty like yours to make my plan succeed.
When Rex's loyalty began to falter, he began to use Dogma's loyalty to his advantage. A decision is made to execute Krell. The chances of him escaping or being rescued by enemy forces are too high. Rex is appointed the position of executioner but finds himself questioning his actions. His hesitation gives Dogma, who at this point is being escorted by Fives, the opportunity he was probably looking for to redeem himself. While no one was looking, he took Fives' blaster and shot past Rex, and right into General Krell's back, ending the saga of Krell and making it so that the Republic could finally take back Umbara. So what did we learn through all this?
What's the point of all this? I mean, why?
For one, we learned that you can in fact be loyal to a fault. Dogma's blind trust in his superior's commands show the dangers that come with following orders without stepping back to question them. We also get a great conversation point on whether there's a difference between blindly following orders and being a droid. That just about sums up Dogma's story. One fun behind the scene fact is that Rex was initially intended to kill Krell, but when writers found themselves questioning whether that action would go against his character, they found the perfect opportunity to redeem Dogma. So how similar would Rex have been to Dogma had it not been that he was exposed to other Jedi such as Master Skywalker? Would Rex have questioned Krell? Let us know what you think in the comments below. That's it for this clone profile. We hope you remember his tale, and the Force will be with you, always.